right, let's keep going. I hope you are enjoying this process. I hope you're uncovering things that you didn't quite understand or even recognize about yourself before, to be able to move forward from a place of self-worth and confidence, and most importantly, from a place of self-love. I'm so excited that you're on this journey with me, and I can't wait to see what comes next. So let's keep going. So today we're going to talk about your Dharma blueprint. So if you're not familiar with Dharma and the phrase that embodies, it just means your purpose, the reason why that you're here on this earth. No big deal, right? And it's nothing to get overwhelmed by, and it's like, what is my purpose? What I'm here for? Like, remove yourself from that more anxious kind of approach, and let's just really then break down, how do you actually find your Dharma? And I have a full 3-month program where we're going to go much more in depth in this and really talk about all the obstacles that are leading up to you embodying this, living this, and hopefully be able to even make a living from this. But we're going to start with the brass tacks and just the quick overview, and then that way it'll get you thinking about it. It'll just kind of introduce you to the topic, and if it's something that you want to pursue further, I am here to help, and it is definitely within my realm of expertise and something I'm extremely passionate about. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the first aspect of finding out your Dharma blueprint is understanding your Dharma archetype. We've already discussed that before, so kind of going into more detail about what your archetype is, how you can really then show up within this world, harnessing the gifts that you were naturally given and the things that help light you up and show others that same passion that you experience within yourself. So the first step is your Dharma archetype, which we've discussed in the past. So writing down your 2 top Dharma archetypes is the first step within this. What were your top 2? And do they really resonate with you? Are they things that feel true and honest and are also representative of who you are within this world, or who you want to be within this world? The next step is to honor and recognize the medium that naturally flows through you. Are you a visionary that has a great expression and loves to be able to create content and want to be more of a content creator, or in that you want to be able to creatively share your unique perspective and where you see the world headed? So that could be a medium in which you share your expression, or share your gifts or your Dharma. And this could also be in the form of music. This could be in the form of poetry. This could be a form of visual art. This could be in a form of creating like full-on movies, being a director, being able to see that bigger picture and what you want to achieve. It could also be writing. It could be writing a book. It could be meeting with people one-on-one, having full conversations, being able to look someone in the eye and connect with them on that deeper level. Are you a nurturer? Are you someone that wants to take care of someone? Do you want to show them your affection and your dedication by being able to do things for them? Maybe that's, if they're not able-bodied, maybe it's to be able to show up and like help with house chores and to empower them to be able to recognize that they can still do things even if they can't do X, Y, and Z, and that you're there to support them in that. Really kind of recognizing different things that naturally come through you: designing, analyzing, producing, curating, coaching, strategizing, like photographing, dancing, filming, like organizing, formulating. There's so many different ways that you can harness your mediums and the things and how you then execute and share your gifts. So recognizing at least 3 to 5 things of how you naturally and like enjoy sharing. And I think that's the key part of that. You're not going to do something that you don't enjoy. And ultimately it's going to become work for you, and it's going to become draining. That's not to say that your Dharma is not work, but at the same time, it should fill you up just as much as you, it takes away. So like, it might be energy. It might kind of feel like, okay, I'm here, I'm showing up for people, I'm coaching, I'm one-on-one with people for 3 hours or 4 hours a day. But I feel lit up by that. It excites me. It makes me feel like I'm giving back and making the world a better place. Like for me, I can literally talk to people all day, but I also then need to take time to recharge because I'm actually an introvert. But at the same time, I do like to share in that way, and I like to connect in that way. So it's going to light you up as just as much as it might be energy or time that it takes to be able to execute and share. So what's the number 2 is what the median naturally flows through you. What is your preferred median or medians? Write down maybe 2 to 3 that really jump out at you and things that maybe you already do now in some capacity. Then really think about 20 things that excite you. What are topics or maybe even organizations or movements, things that you really can stand behind wholeheartedly? If it's racial discrimination, being able to stand for equality, maybe it's something along the lines of health and mental health and well-being. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's art and crafts, maybe it's, human rights, maybe it's the rights of animals, animal rights. Like there's so many different things that could be your passions. It could be yarn, knitting. It could be, and you find extreme like ease and peace when you do that, and you want to be able to share that with other people too. Maybe it's expressing yourself or even learning sign language as a way to help others that aren't able to communicate. Like there are so many different passions and things and interests that are out there. I always say this, I think it was from, I did a past life regression, and he always described it as if there's 100 people in the room, you would be the one person that would naturally fall into this category. So if there's 100 people in the room, there's probably only going to be one person that's obsessed with interior decoration, maybe more than that, but not even I've researched all the different designs throughout the different eras, and this is just something that builds me up, and I just I'm obsessed, and I love learning about all the different textures and how they all come together and how you can in a perfect frame in a room be able to coordinate all the furniture. That's your thing. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Is it comedy? Is it making people laugh? Is it making people feel like they are the true, that they can forget about the rest of the problems in their world and they can just focus on that? If that's a gift that naturally comes to you and excites you and makes you feel alive, that's probably that same excitement and passion is going to then translate to the people that you're sharing it with. And that's what we need more of. We don't need more people to follow suit on what they think the world needs. We need more people to become alive, because that is that magnetism and that natural reverberation that exists within this world that then sparks everyone else around us. Let's light each other up, but first we have to light our own flame. And I think recognizing what lights your flame is the key to that. Maybe it's entrepreneurship, maybe it's finding business solutions to things that don't currently exist, or maybe exist but not in the most efficient and effective way. There can be so many different avenues for this to be for you to take within your life, that I really think taking time to really consider what excites you, what do you want to help others learn more about, is a key part of this. Okay, so then that's step 3, is to find out what excites you. And then step 4 is really to consider major obstacles that you're solving by living your purpose. What is a current problem that exists within the world that you can contribute towards and help create a resolution around? And that's extremely powerful. There are things out there in the world. As we all know, there's so many things that are occurring within our lives that can feel out of our control, and that we want to make the world a better place. But I think harnessing your dharma, your purpose, is an avenue for you to be able to do that. There's a method for you to be able to share, to serve, to be able to show up for others more fully if you recognize the gifts that you have, the experiences that you have, that only you have, that are unique to you. And then to be able to turn those around and to be able to share, to exude that within the world in the most authentic and true way. And that's your power. That's the superpower. What are the things that you overcame that you never thought possible? What were the moments where you really were at rock bottom but you pulled yourself back up? How did you do that? You can only empathize with someone as far as you've gone. So if you haven't experienced certain things, don't try to help people with a certain area that you have no experience or knowledge about. Lean into the things. Remember when we were talking about before, what were those greater hurdles? What were the emotions that you experienced when you were trying to overcome things that you never thought that you would actually be able to pull yourself out of? For me, it was anxiety. I never imagined my life without anxiety. I dreamed that it would be possible that I would actually feel at ease, that I would feel calm, that I wouldn't be constantly worrying about what was going to happen next. And through presence, I've been able to access that. And that's why I want to help others find that same sense of presence. That's why this is all also important to me. That's why I teach meditation. That's why I teach embodiment practices. That's where I teach yoga. Like, all of those have been tools to help me, and I want to be able to serve and help others do the same. So find the obstacles, recognize that they're not weakness, they're not things to be ashamed about. The more we shine light on them, the more that we're able to connect, genuinely connect with those around us from a human level, from a heart level, and to be able to help bring others along the journey with us. Let's grab hands and let's keep on this walk together, okay? And lastly, your superpower, and that's what it comes. Like, what advice would you have come, like, if you think about yourself 3 years ago, like, what is like something, like lessons that you've learned along the way, or 3 to 5 years ago, as you've overcome these major hurdles? Like, what could be something that you then share with others to be able to say, like, come with me, this is how I was supported, this is how I supported myself, and this is how I can help support you. This is how I can share my experiences and everything that's going on with me in my unique way. Is it through art? Is it painting? Is it creating a visual representation of a pain you experience, or the greatest joy that you experience, and exuding that emotion within someone, pulling that out of someone? That's powerful. That is a superpower, without a doubt. One of my friends from high school, she is an incredible painter. She has done so much, and she found the depths of sadness within a time in her life, and then she couldn't express them. So then she started painting, and that's what blew up. And like, literally, it's what everyone's pulled from. And now she like does paintings for the Obamas and all these different people. Like, she is a powerhouse, and it's because she leaned into the emotion she was experiencing, and she shared them in the mode and the medium that felt most authentic and genuine and true for her. Think about what you can do if you're able to embody all of those different elements, and then you are able to then share that with the world, and then potentially even create monetary value from that. That's not necessarily the purpose. The purpose is to serve, but full circle, what if you were able to do that and live that in everything in every day? Like, think about how different the world would look if we were all doing things that lit us up, and that we were able to help and serve others as well. You know, from that barter and trade system that humans were actually designed from the very, very beginning. We like find our gifts, and then we share them with the rest of the tribe. It's not complex. It's not rocket science. This is really simple, but it's helping. Sometimes we just need help along the way to figure out what that is for us. Like, maybe it's fashion, maybe it's style, maybe it's helping others find their unique style and their unique expression. Like, that's a gift. That is truly a gift. And that is totally, stylists exist for a reason. Like, that is a profession. And finding the profession and the avenue in which you can share, go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? I will create that Dharma blueprint. You have a copy of it within your journal. You're going to fill in your Dharma archetypes, the medians that flow with you, what excites you, and obstacles that you're solving. And then that's the superpower. That's how then we come to the center of what you can do within your life. Follow along with this, and then we'll talk about it in our next coaching session. Can't wait to meet with you again. I hope you are letting all of this resonate and sit with you, and hopefully you are even more inspired than you were before.